Princess Diana remains one of the most talked about members of the royal family in England. Recently, she made headlines again as reports of a lost letter she wrote to Princess Anne surfaced. The monarchy provides the country with a degree of long-term stability that is hard to come by in any other way. This revelation has sparked eager curiosity among people who are keen to uncover the contents of the letter, leading to various speculations about what Princess Diana could have written to Princess Anne. Some wonder if it was a cry for help concerning the troubles she faced in her marriage, or perhaps a secret she felt she could entrust only to Princess Anne. Questions arise about what shocking truths Diana might have revealed in her letter, capturing the attention of many. Princess Diana, the beloved princess who tragically passed away in a car accident in 1997, was known for her grace, beauty, and compassion. Despite her public image as the perfect princess, Diana faced numerous challenges within the royal palace. Among those who reportedly knew about her struggles was Princess Anne, although the closeness of their bond was not widely known. The lost letter from Diana to Anne has now shed light on their shared friendship, marked by emotional and personal understanding. This has left people wondering about the exact contents of the letter, as they speculate about the private exchanges between these two women. The discovery of Princess Diana's letter to Princess Anne has captivated many, fueling different speculations and rumors about its contents. Some suggest the letter may have contained information about Camilla Parker Bowles, Prince Charles's former mistress, whom Diana famously referred to as the third woman in her marriage. Others believe it might have been a personal confession about Diana's struggles with depression and bulimia, as well as her feelings of isolation and emotional exhaustion caused by Charles's continuous absence from her life and their children's lives. During such difficult times, Diana may have sought solace in someone she trusted within the palace walls, believing that the secrets of the royal family would remain within its confines. However, these speculations were incorrect. The letters did not concern Camilla or Diana's personal health struggles but revealed something entirely different. Unlike casual notes, Diana's letters were deeply personal and heartfelt expressions of her innermost thoughts. These letters, written between the 1980s and 1990s, marked a tumultuous period in her life when she faced the pressures of royal duties, an unfaithful husband, and overwhelming loneliness. As her marriage deteriorated, Diana struggled to maintain her public composure and turned to writing as a means of coping. It became an outlet for her emotions, providing a way to clear her mind. Little did she know, these letters would one day become public knowledge. Many wonder why Diana chose Princess Anne, of all people in the royal family, to confide in and share her innermost thoughts. The relationship between Princess Diana and Princess Anne has long been a subject of intrigue. As sisters-in-law, their dynamic has been a point of curiosity, with many speculating about the nature of their bond. The recently surfaced letter has brought renewed attention to their relationship, offering insights into the emotional connection they shared and the trust Diana placed in Anne during some of the most challenging times of her life. According to royal author Ingrid Seward, the tension between Diana and Anne existed even before Diana married Prince Charles. In her book Prince Edward, Seward revealed an incident that occurred towards the end of Ascot Week in June 1981, barely a month before Diana's wedding. Diana had sensed Anne's apathy toward her and, wanting to make a good impression, went up to the nursery in the Queen's Tower where Anne was settling in with her son Peter, who was 3 at the time, and her 4-week-old daughter, Zara. Diana greeted Princess Anne respectfully, saying, "How wonderful to see you." However, Anne perceived Diana's demeanor as pretentious and ignored her greeting, instead looking at Diana with a disdainful stare. Uncomfortable with the intensity of Anne's scorn, Diana fled the room. This awkward beginning characterized their relationship, which was marked by tension and misunderstanding. One significant factor that shaped their dynamic was the age difference. Anne was 11 years older than Diana, and she reportedly felt overshadowed by her sister-in-law, who was over a decade her junior. Anne was concerned that Diana's youthful energy and emotional approach made her appear out of touch. Diana's emotionally charged style, which Anne found irritating, prompted Anne to remark, "Wherever she goes, drama follows." Diana's presence in the media, with her captivating charm and emotional connection to the public, contrasted sharply with Anne's no-nonsense demeanor. While Anne prioritized royal duties and responsibilities with little concern for media attention, Diana's ability to connect emotionally with people, such as during the HIV/AIDS epidemic, drew immense public admiration. A memorable example of this was when Diana removed her glove to shake hands with HIV patients in front of the cameras, a gesture that resonated deeply with the public and became an iconic moment. Anne, however, found Diana's media attention frustrating. In the 1970s, before Diana joined the royal family, Anne was celebrated as the hardest-working royal. But by the 1980s, Diana's growing popularity and media dominance overshadowed Anne's efforts. Even though Anne was making 4 times as many royal appearances as Diana, the media remained fixated on Diana, especially during her pregnancy with Prince William. The public and press were consumed by royal baby fever, and Anne's work, including her royal tour of the United States, was largely ignored. Reporters prioritized asking Anne about Diana's pregnancy rather than her trip. Interestingly, Anne first learned about Prince William's birth from the news crew during her tour. When asked for her reaction, she bluntly stated that she wasn't aware Diana had given birth. This pragmatic and straightforward response was typical of Anne's personality, but she grew frustrated when the media pressured her to express excitement about being an aunt. Her response to the fuss over the new baby was succinct and revealed her irritation with the excessive attention Diana attracted. The media's focus on Diana's life and charm often overshadowed the diligent royal work of Princess Anne. This disparity highlighted the differences in how both women approached their royal responsibilities. Princess Anne, a no-nonsense woman dedicated to her duties, carried out her responsibilities without seeking media attention. In contrast, Diana embraced the attention her charm brought her. The difference in their personalities and approaches led to underlying tensions between the two women. A palace insider once revealed that Diana was intimidated by Anne, while Charles did little to help his wife bond with his sister. This marked the beginning of a series of events that strained their relationship further. In 1982, when Prince William was born, it was expected that Princess Anne would be named his godmother, especially since Charles was the godfather to her son, Peter Phillips. However, Anne was not given this role. It was alleged that Charles initially supported the idea, but Diana was not keen on it, and Anne was passed over. Charles assured Diana that Anne would be the godmother of their next child, but when Prince Harry was born in 1984, Anne was once again overlooked. Instead, Diana chose her best friend and former flatmate, Caroline Bartholomew, justifying the decision by saying she wanted a male godparent for her son. This decision widened the rift between Diana and Anne. In response, Anne refused to attend Harry's christening at Windsor Castle, sending a message that she and her husband would arrive later in the day. Interestingly, Anne hosted a hunting party at her Gloucestershire home during the christening, with guns blazing just 100 meters away at Gatcombe Park. Anne's absence from the event did not go unnoticed. Her frustration was compounded by Charles's father, Prince Philip, who was also reportedly annoyed by Diana's decision and was not on speaking terms with Charles at the time. These tensions over godparent decisions further strained the relationship between Diana and Anne. Despite these issues, Diana later mentioned in Andrew Morton's biography that she and Anne got along well, respecting each other despite not being confidants, contrary to tabloid portrayals. Both women shared a strong commitment to charity and public service, which became a significant part of their royal lives. Diana focused on causes like AIDS awareness, campaigning against landmines, and making regular visits to orphanages and hospitals. Meanwhile, Anne dedicated herself to her royal duties with equal fervor, though her contributions often remained underappreciated by the media. This shared sense of duty, though approached differently, was a notable similarity between them amidst their complex relationship. Similarly, Princess Anne championed numerous charitable commitments behind the scenes, such as being an advocate for health issues, children's welfare, and equestrian sports. Both Princess Anne and Princess Diana shared strong and independent personalities. Diana was an outspoken woman who valued her independence and often broke royal traditions, such as wearing more casual outfits and engaging with the public in a hands-on manner, an approach rarely adopted by royals in the 1980s and 1990s. Her actions redefined what it meant to be royal. Likewise, Anne was known for her strong will and no-nonsense attitude, showing unwavering dedication to her royal duties while presenting herself as an independent and focused woman. Another striking similarity between them was their experience with marital struggles. Diana's seemingly perfect marriage to Prince Charles ended in divorce, famously citing, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded, referencing Camilla Parker Bowles. Similarly, Anne's marriage to Captain Mark Phillips also ended in divorce. Both women faced immense challenges in their marriages and endured intense media scrutiny. However, while Diana's story was often spotlighted due to her status as a global icon, both women remained steadfast in their roles and responsibilities despite these difficulties. Ultimately, despite their differences and moments of tension, Diana and Anne shared certain qualities that underscored their unique connection. Diana's struggles within the royal family began shortly after her marriage to Prince Charles. Early signs of discord surfaced even before the wedding. 2 weeks prior, Diana discovered a bracelet in Charles's study room inscribed with the letters GF, believed to represent Gladys and Fred, the nicknames Charles and Camilla used for each other. Diana's discovery of this bracelet, compounded by Camilla's continued involvement with Charles even after the marriage, fueled her feelings of jealousy and unease. Tensions between Diana and Charles escalated shortly after their extravagant wedding. During their first royal tour following their honeymoon, the public and media focus overwhelmingly favored Diana, which created feelings of resentment in Charles. Thousands of people lined the streets to catch a glimpse of the couple, but when Charles greeted his side, there were audible sighs and groans from people eager to see Diana instead. Some even handed Charles bouquets intended for Diana. This growing preference for Diana overshadowed Charles, leading to feelings of jealousy. The media's obsession with Diana further exacerbated the issue. Whenever Charles delivered speeches about topics he deeply cared about, such as the environment or charitable causes, the next day's headlines would be dominated by images of Diana and commentary on her appearance, hairstyle, or speculation about her being pregnant, with little mention of his speech. Once in the spotlight himself, Charles found himself sidelined and frustrated as the media's attention remained fixated on Diana. Diana's life was filled with public and media attention, but her struggles extended far beyond the spotlight. She faced challenges in her marriage as Charles was often absent, preoccupied with his royal duties and spending time with Camilla, with whom he had rekindled an affair. Diana was fully aware of this relationship, and the knowledge of Charles's involvement with Camilla deeply affected her emotional health. Feeling heartbroken and isolated, her struggles intensified following the birth of Prince Harry, as she battled postnatal depression. Despite her emotional turmoil, the royal family offered no support, dismissing her as an attention-seeking individual. This lack of understanding further distanced Diana from her family, leaving her to face her struggles in solitude. Amid her isolation, Diana developed bulimia, an eating disorder characterized by episodes of excessive eating followed by vomiting. The royal family misinterpreted this condition as another attempt to seek attention, failing to recognize that her bulimia stemmed from the emotional toll of Charles's affair with Camilla. Nonetheless, Diana managed to maintain a public image of a perfect marriage. She attended public events with Charles and fulfilled her royal duties, even though their relationship was fractured. When traveling abroad, they lived separate lives, often staying in different rooms on the same floor. Diana made earnest attempts to salvage her marriage, driven by concerns about her son's well-being if she sought a divorce. However, Charles's focus remained on Camilla, which eventually led to the breakdown of their marriage. Diana's dance teacher, Anne Allen, recalled moments when Diana broke down in tears during lessons, expressing her desperation to make Charles happy and her frustration over his infidelity. To cope with her struggles, Diana turned to writing, pouring her heartfelt emotions into handwritten letters. These letters reveal glimpses of her personal life and thoughts. For instance, in 1984, just 10 days after Prince Harry's birth, Diana wrote a heartfelt letter to her parents' housekeeper, Violet Collison. She expressed gratitude for a gift given to Harry, writing, "It was so very kind of you to have given such a lovely present to Harry. We were enormously touched. I cannot thank you enough for the bibs." She also mentioned how William adored his younger brother, showering him with hugs and kisses. However, the warm relationship between William and Harry that Diana described has since grown distant and frosty. Diana's letters also provide insight into her early royal life. On October 21, 1981, she penned a letter in blue ink on stationery bearing a royal crest, addressed to Dr. and Mrs. Pendry. She enclosed a memento from her wedding day, signed simply as Diana. Another letter, written on Buckingham Palace notepaper and dated July 8, 1981, just 3 weeks before her royal wedding, was sent to thank Violet Collison for a birthday present. In it, Diana noted that everyone was frantically busy here doing last-minute decorations. These letters offer a poignant look into Diana's personal experiences and the struggles she faced behind the scenes. The bride-to-be has remained quite calm. Interestingly, in another letter, Diana wrote about her divorce from King Charles, confiding in Miss Collison and expressing her feelings. She wrote that if she had known a year earlier what she would experience during the divorce, she never would have consented, describing it as desperate and ugly. In another letter, Diana expressed how difficult it was to keep her head up, admitting that she felt as though she was on her knees, longing for the divorce to be finalized due to its tremendous cost. Diana's heartfelt letters were filled with raw emotions, providing a glimpse into her struggles. They also revealed her appreciation for the small gifts and acts of kindness she received from those in her life. Miss Collison, on the other hand, valued her relationship with Diana and kept many of her letters as they maintained correspondence. On July 30, 2024, several of Diana's letters to Miss Collison were auctioned in Sword Auctioneer Essex. The auction items included a confidential collection of 32 highly personal letters and cards written by the Princess of Wales. Among the collection were signed family Christmas cards and memorabilia from key events in Diana's life, such as a personal invitation to the royal wedding, a ticket for Diana's funeral, and correspondence related to her memorial service. One notable item was a 1981 signed holiday card featuring a wedding photo of Prince Charles and Diana, which sold for $3,900. By the end of the auction, more than a dozen letters and cards from Diana to her family's former housekeeper were sold for a total of €51,815. Even in death, Princess Diana's memory remained cherished by millions worldwide. The auction of Diana's notes and letters demonstrated her enduring influence and how deeply she resonated with people. Princess Diana's legacy extended beyond her royal title, embodying the kind of woman she was during her lifetime. Princess Diana's legacy endures to this day, as her compassion and advocacy for the vulnerable made her the beloved people's princess. Reflecting on her character, she was often remembered as a jolly, amusing, and attractive young woman. Her groundbreaking efforts in raising awareness about AIDS are among her most notable contributions. Diana challenged the stigma surrounding HIV/AIDS patients by debunking myths about transmission. In a bold and compassionate act, she took off her gloves and shook the hands of an AIDS patient, something no royal had done before. This simple yet powerful gesture helped to improve public perception of AIDS patients during the 1980s. She continued her work with dedication, demonstrating her commitment to making a difference in the lives of the vulnerable. The hospital believed that the princess's visit was more impactful than all the government propaganda combined. Princess Diana inaugurated the UK's first purpose-built AIDS unit at London's Middlesex Hospital, dedicated exclusively to caring for individuals with the virus. Similar to her efforts with the AIDS Awareness Project, Diana also brought global attention to leprosy. Before her visit, much speculation revolved around whether she would wear gloves while meeting patients, but she chose not to, demonstrating her understanding of the facts. Diana made physical contact with leprosy patients to dispel the myth that the disease could be contracted through touch. In 1990, prior to her visit to Indonesia, Diana became a patron of the Leprosy Mission, an organization providing medical treatment, support, and resources to individuals and their families affected by the disease. She remained actively involved with the organization throughout her life. Beyond health causes, Diana was deeply committed to addressing societal issues, particularly the plight of the poor and homeless. In 1992, she became a patron of Centrepoint, a charity dedicated to helping homeless youth and eradicating youth homelessness in the UK. She often brought her sons, Princes William and Harry, on these visits, emphasizing the importance of understanding the hardships and injustices many people face. Diana was also a fervent advocate against the use of landmines, which left devastating consequences for civilians. During her visit to Angola with the British Red Cross, she collaborated with the Halo Trust, an organization working to clear landmines left from the Angolan Civil War. She made headlines with her courageous walk across a cleared path in an active minefield, an act that drew global attention to the issue. Her efforts significantly advanced the campaign for an international ban on landmines, culminating in the Ottawa Treaty's signing later that year, shortly after her tragic death. The circumstances surrounding Diana's death in August 1996 have been the subject of much speculation, with new claims suggesting she may have been murdered by the British government. However, her legacy endures through the work of her sons. They have continued her humanitarian efforts, spreading awareness and giving a voice to those in need. Prince William, in one of his most candid interviews, spoke about the profound impact of losing his mother and his hope to help others by sharing his experiences. Reflecting on her life, he expressed frustration over the ways she was deceived and failed by some individuals and institutions. Meanwhile, Prince Harry actively participates in HIV/AIDS awareness programs, and Prince William continues to support Centrepoint and other causes close to Diana's heart. In 2007, he became the acting president of the Royal Marsden Hospital, Children's Cancer Unit. To this day, he visits the hospital and its patients, continuing his mother's legacy of compassion and care. Diana's remarkable life left an indelible mark on the world, and her memory continues to inspire millions. Even after her passing, her work remains alive through the efforts of her family and admirers. Her legacy prompts reflection on what she might have expressed to others in her correspondence. What are your thoughts on her letters, and what do you think she might have written to Princess Anne? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories, and be sure to check out the next video on your screen for additional content.